you thinking about buying a home and not sure what steps to take? In this video, I will go over the steps you will experience during the home buying process and what you would do during this time. I'm Jessica Costa, your licensed realtor here in Idaho. If at any point in this video you have a comment or a question about Idaho real estate, please feel free to put it in the section below or give me a call directly using my information that is in the description down below. Okay, let's get into it. Step one, you're going to want to determine your budget and financial options. So give your realtor a call. They can help you find a lender. If you have already spoken with a lender, then ask for a fees worksheet. Getting a loan is not always just about the interest rate. What one lender can offer you, another can do the same. The government dictates what the interest rates are. Different lenders have different buyer credits and ways that they can adjust the interest rates. There are two things as a buyer when you are trying to figure out your budget with your lender. Not only interest rates, that's number one. Number two is closing costs. So when you buy a house, you will need two sums of money, your down payment and a closing cost. Closing costs are approximately 2.5%, but your lender can tell you very close estimate. Best practice would be to decide who you are using and always know your numbers before you're even stepping foot into a house. Having a pre-approval letter from the lender will help your buying power. Sellers will be looking for the letter that shows you're qualified in order to buy this home. If you are paying with cash, you will need to show proof of funds. That would be your current bank statement. You would want to cover up your account numbers, but you do need to show that you actually have the funds to make the purchase. And that would have to go in with your offer. And some sellers may want to see that up front. So just keep that in mind. When is it too early to talk to a lender? I'm going to say it's never too soon. If there's something that you don't know about that is on your credit report, they'll find it and they can tell you what to do. Pay it down, pay it off. They're going to tell you what to pay off, what not to pay off, and that's going to help your credit score go up. So they know all the tricks. Lenders have different loan options for you to consider that your credit score may or may not fit into. They will talk with you about your options. Also, make sure that you're asking about your monthly note, so if you're at the top of your loan amount, you want to make sure you're comfortable with making that loan payment. And if you're not, you're going to give them the number that you're most comfortable with, and they're going to tell you the price of the home that you should be looking at buying. The last thing you'd want to do is to look at homes that are not in your budget, and then you get disappointed when you can't qualify. Here are some loan types, and again, I'm not a lender and I'm not giving you financial advice. So the first one is conventional loan. This is your regular loan. You can get a down payment as low as 3.5%. Typically the low end is between 3 and 5% for a conventional loan. Then you have your governmental loans, which are the FHA. 96.5% is the loan percentage, so you're putting down 3.5%. So if the house is $100,000, you're putting down $3,500. The next two loans are 100%, so you're not putting down anything. VA, if you're a veteran, or RD is a rural area. Also, you don't need the same credit score for each of these loans. They are different. Payments are different. Your credit scores are different. Income limits are different. Debt to income is different. Debt to income is saying how much you owe versus how much you make. And Idaho has some options to help you with closing costs if you qualify. So ask your lender if you qualify for any of those. Your realtor should be able to help you with providing some really good lenders in the area. And the lenders should give you more than one option. Personally, I wouldn't go with somebody that only gave me one option. I want somebody that's going to give me options so I can make that decision on what is best fit for me. For an example, if you're a veteran and you can save $5,000 and qualify a conventional loan, that might be the way you would want to go. So ask questions, get them to give you more than one option if needed, and make a decision from there. Okay, step 2, use your real estate agent. If you see a house in the area and you're interested in it, either online or you drove by and you saw a sign in the front yard, a new home that is being built in a subdivision, don't just go in alone. Always give your realtor a call and schedule an appointment with them. Open houses. Feel free to stop in and take a look. The first thing you need to say when you walk through that door is, Mary Jane is my agent. And that agent that's doing the open house will not be so aggressive with you. They know you're being taken care of. When viewing homes, be mindful of what you say because there's surveillance cameras nowadays. You've got the Ring doorbells, you've got nanny cams. We don't want to insult the sellers. And we also don't want to look like we love the home so much that it takes our negotiation power away. If it was your home, how would you want somebody to behave? You don't need to sit in the furniture or open dresser drawers. There's no reason to do those things. Now, you have your loan approval and you know your loan budget and have talked with your real estate agent. Now, guess what you get to do? Yes, go see homes. Yay, that's the fun part, right? Okay, so step number 3, scheduling a home showing with your agent to see the homes you want to see. Your agent is there to point out the facts about the house, like if there is some obvious water damage in the bathroom. We're going to say this could be an issue. We may tell you if there is anything that stands out on the seller's disclosure report. So you know things like there was a leak in the roof and that has been fixed, and or maybe you're in a flood zone. Anything that was disclosed on the seller's disclosure, we will share with you. A good realtor will look at it, but not necessarily put too much weight to it because your home inspector, they're going to tell you much more. At this point, you have spent no money. We found the right house, and once we've found that house, as the agent, I'm going to email the lender and let them know that we're looking at this house. It is listed at $350,000 and we're going to do an offer at $345,000 based on the comps. What's a comp? Well, your agent's going to do a report on the neighborhood in the surrounding area and look at what recently has sold or activity, even if it's pending. The agent is going to contact the listing agent and have a conversation of what they need on their end. Like, what do the sellers need? When do they need to be out? Will they need occupancy after the sale of the home, and whatever else is going on their end? Anything that your buyer will need to know. All these things are important in order for you to write a strong offer so that your offer will be accepted. Your agent will ask the lender for a pre-approval letter at this time for the amount of the offer. Did you know that you can make an offer that would insult the sellers and never be able to recover from that? Yes, you can. If you offer a way too low price and they do not accept that, and then you come back, let's say at full price, they may not even accept that offer just because they were initially insulted, and they're allowed to do that. Step 4, your offer has been accepted and everything is in writing. Now you need to be mindful of the deadlines that are given because they are very important. The good news is that you can sign all the paperwork, using your phone, so you don't have to go into an office to do that. And once the seller and you have both signed, you are now under contract. And now you will need to put down a deposit check. This is called earnest money within 3 business days, and this will hold your house for you. It takes the house off the market so that it is yours, and the seller cannot take another offer even if it is better. You have the house under contract. It is a legal binding document. And now we need to schedule the home inspection. And you will have to pay for that up front. The cost will depend on the size of the home, what type of foundation it sits on, the age of the home, how many ACs it has. You may need a radon inspection. The good news is during this inspection period, if you find something that you just say, there's no way, I don't want to deal with that, then you can terminate the contract and get out and get your deposit back. You still have to pay for the inspection though. After the 5-day inspection period, you're in contract. During the inspection period is when you should be doing your due diligence, like checking out the schools, the flood zone, insurance amounts. And I highly recommend getting the homeowner's insurance amounts during this time, because if this were to come back too high after the inspection, well, you no longer can cancel it's only during the inspection period. Step 5, once the inspection period is over, now your lender will order the appraisal. We don't get to choose who the appraiser will be done by. This is up to your lender who they use. The reason we wait to order this is so that we feel comfortable in order to move forward on buying the house before paying the appraisal. So you will have to pay for inspection and appraisal, but appraisal is typically put into your closing cost from what I've seen here in Idaho. Step number 6, you will need a title company that handles the title work. Your agent will be able to help you with this. You are allowed to choose your title company if you choose, but your agents will have relationships with title companies, so you may want to just go with who they recommend. Step number 7, closing. At your closing, you're going to need a check for the balance due. This number will be provided to you about a week before closing. Make sure you bring your driver's license to the closing, and it needs to be in good standing, meaning it cannot be expired. Also, I do send out the week before your utility company so you can have all your utilities scheduled to be put into your name. You're going to schedule your final walkthrough 1 to 2 days before closing day. This is to make sure they do no damage to the home between the last time that you saw the house and during the moving out. Whether you did a walkthrough or not, after your closing, it is too late to say they did something that damaged the house or they took the refrigerator. So we need to do all that prior to the closing. At or before the closing is the time you ask any questions you may have, like what are the alarm codes? What does this light switch do? Anything that you may have a question about the house. We want to do this prior to closing. After the closing, if there's something that comes up, we can reach out, we can ask questions, but they may not respond, and they don't have to at this point. When do you get the keys? Here in Idaho, you'll be given the keys after signing when it has funded and recorded. So don't expect to receive your keys at the signing. It will be either later that day or the day or two after, depending how early you are scheduled to sign. Congratulations! You are now a homeowner and you can now go into the home, make any changes, move all your belongings in, and do whatever you would like. I hope this guide was helpful. Please like and subscribe or leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.